All right, figured I'd give a little update on the truck. Got the power steering hooked up. The train lines are, the transmission outlets are too tight to the body. I've actually found some banjo style fittings that go where the cooler lines go on the side of the transmission. I'll post pictures at the end of the video. I got the bumper stuck on. I got the tranny cooler hung, but then I started messing with the tranny lines, and stuff wasn't working out. So I was like, okay. I almost got all the hosing figured out. You can kind of see what I'm going for. Got a 90, some aluminum tubing, another 90, and then I'm gonna connect it to this hose here after I cut it. That'll be the lower hose. I'm gonna buy. I'm trying to get the upper hose made, and because the air tube's kind of in the way, and I really don't want to, at least not at the moment, redesign all that. So I'm just gonna get They make a filler neck that has a -16 outlet on it, and then I'm going to do 100, and I think it's 120 or 150. I don't remember the exact number, but it come out like this. I'm going to put a piece of hose on it and then come up to here. So that should get that going. I've got to go figure out what thermostat fits at. I think the L29 thermostat fits it. I'm going to take the water outlet. I have another one of those, so I'm going to take it up to the parts store and investigate, and that should be figured out. Then I said to do the heater hoses. I'm going to loosen these up and twist them. I still don't know if I'm going to use that style or not. I might use the LS1 style valve cover. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm gonna see which one fits better and try that out. The exhaust is done for the most part. I want to redo the tip on this exhaust. Now, granted, I've literally recycled parts on probably, sorry, between the wind and my headache today. But we got Duramax pieces. We've got a Dynamax Ultraflow welded steel case. It's 3.5 inch up to about here. And then I recycled the stock tailpipe and the stock mid pipe to make the 2.5 inch off the manifolds. They're all stainless. So of course, I've got, let me think about it, 1, 2, 3 different, four, if you include the Duramax one, flanges to take it apart. I try to make it so that if I wanted to take the tranny out, I didn't have to take the exhaust apart. Eventually, I might get hair up my ass and turbo it, so I kind of want to keep the pipe diameter. It comes out of the manifold 2.5 anyways. So I just kept it till that, and I made a 2 2.5s into a single 3.5 merge. It's not the prettiest, but for other than time, welding wire, and gas, it'll work for now. It's right there. And then I got some GMT 800 parts, and then the tailpipe parts. And the only thing I actually bought, and I bought these a while ago actually, was 2 of these V-band flanges. So, but it's all tucked up underneath. I've got the fuel line ran. I just temporarily did with stuff I already had. I'm probably going to change it a little bit, but just to get it running. Let's see. I'm pretty sure the previous owner, I don't think a all aluminum 5-cylinder plus a 4L60 4-wheel drive plus the diff, which is all aluminum, weighs more than a cast iron 8.1. But I'm pretty sure the keys were maxed out. It let me back up so you can see. Level. Well, I don't know if you can see, but it's high. It's really high. Some of the information I saw on the internet was that, because you want to discredit tire size, even though this is the stock tire size for a four-wheel drive. It's the center of the hub to the top, this part of the fender is supposed to be 21.5, and it is right now on both sides. So I think the keys were cranked up at some point, probably clear bigger tires or something, whatever. I don't know. But I think when I look at the front end, the tires seem to be, I don't know if I can pick it up on camera. Let's see. I can see it. Doesn't mean, maybe you can. But it seems like the top of the tires cambered out a little bit. So I'm thinking I want to lower the truck anyways. I know it's still a 4x4 frame, so it's going to be a little bit higher. The leaf spring perches are higher on the 4x4 frames compared to the, I'll show you here. That part compared to a two-wheel drive coil spring truck is much taller. So everything's taller. I mean, I want to get the front end down a little bit. I'd like to put like 1.5 inch, 2 inch blocks in the back and get the truck down some. I know they're parts in the wrong direction, but you can kind of see on this side the hood's below my bed line, and on this side the bed of that truck is higher than the hood line. So it's a little higher. I mean, it makes my life easy because it's easier to get underneath, but I kind of want it lower. So I'm going to work on that. And the weather's been kind of on and off, goofy. I mean, it looks nice today, but it's really windy. I'm sure the camera's picking it up, and it's kind of chilly. So, and of course, I'm not here in shorts, but I just had to come out here and videotape this. I have, since I had 3 total at one point. I had the blue truck with the lowered frame. I had another truck that someone didn't have a title for. I think they took a title loan against it and then couldn't pay it back. And needless to say, I wasn't being able to get a title for the other one. And it was on the 4-wheel drive frame anyways. And then it was pretty much gutted. It was a cab and this the frame. But I got, because they didn't want to pull the intake and unplug everything, because just like butchers at the junkyard, they don't care if they destroy everything to get what they want and ruin all the other parts for everybody else. But I have 2 engine harnesses for a 5-cylinder. I have one complete that's not too bad, 1 or 2 connectors kind of oofed, but they butchered the harness that came with the frame. I'm trying to use that because I don't need everything. I don't need all the injector and coil pack wiring and everything. This is actually the decent one. But then I have that truck to verify. I've already been doing some research. Cruise is probably going to be the biggest hang up. On these, they have a single wire, and it's like, I guess it's like resistance base for the different functions of the Cruise. The older, most of the GM stuff, I think until maybe GMT900, I'd have to look, but they have separate wires for every function. So I probably just get one of those aftermarket weird cruise control stocks and then run it on the 0411 PCM to get the Cruise to work. But there's some stuff on the stock PCM I need to work for the rest of the truck to be happy, for the AC, the tack, the oil pressure idiot light I'd like to work. I'm going to have an oil pressure gauge as well, but a flashing red light sometimes can be quicker to see than watching a needle. Same with the temp gauge. I want the standard temp gauge, but I also have a gauge for that. and I want the AC to work. So I have to have the stock PCM think something's running for the starter circuit to work and the key to work, and there's some other goofy stuff. So I was hoping to use that. I don't know if there's a throttle body I could use with that PCM. It's a P12. It looks real similar to a E40. Actually, my E40 connector is how I VATS deleted that on my bench harness. But there's some differences too, and the tune is really basic. There's not a lot of modifying in it. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling. I'm just trying to cover everything that I've dealt with. I got the brake booster hooked up. That's 3/8 to a 1/2 inch 90. And then I just used some 1/2 inch hose. I could have used the stock one is, I don't know where I put it. Oh, there it is. The stock booster hose goes to the intake, which is really close to the booster. But that's that, so I can't, obviously can't use that. Not too big of a deal. I could have used a GMT 800 V6 one because it's real long and it's the same size. And I actually found it after I'd already done this, but whatever. It's oh, the power steering. I used the 5-cylinder stock hoses. I had to reroute them. It looks kind of like that. That's where it goes into the rack. The return is the one with the green mark right there. Let me zoom out there. And the pressure side is the other one. I'm assuming someone took the power steering pump and just cut the line. I don't know. That's how it was when I got it. So I just stuck the hose on it so it wasn't spraying. I could have, on the return side, I could have cut it here and probably just use that hose and push it right on the pump. But I just wanted to get it to work first. The pressure line, I screwed it in and just had to reroute it. It's kind of like doing a bunch of turns and stuff, but I've got it to work and there's no kinks in it. So, and then I've already put fluid in it and then turned the steering wheel a bunch of times. So hopefully that'll be golden. Alternator's kind of hooked up. I'm not going to put the battery in the front, so I'll probably put it in the back somewhere and run, I've got this one power wire for the fuse box running from the starter, so I'll probably run everything up to the starter. I'm trying to go over anything else I can think of. That's to give you an idea of the radiator clearance. I want to say it's like 2.5, 3 inches. So I got enough for my fan. So those are the things I've been dealing with. I've got a 1-ton trans cooler there. I'll probably reuse that and just I'll run dash 6 hose off of those fittings up to here. But right now I'm just waiting. Kind of money's tight right now, so I had a dog that had an emergency vet bill. So, but this is what I can get done with the stuff I have laying around. So I'm gonna work on the wiring for now. I got to get a different U-joint, but I got my drive shaft figured out. I need to weld the axle tubes, at least for now. I've got this is a 373 because it's 4-wheel drive. I have a 342 that's out of the lowered chassis, but it's got a bunch, they welded a bunch of crap on it for the air ride stuff, so I may put that in here. I got to figure out how much this truck weighs. If I had to guess, I'd say at least 4,000, 4,500, not much more than that. Things are pretty flimsy, actually. But I'm going to keep chugging away on this. I'll post some more updates. I want to definitely get the wiring all sorted first and then do a video on that. So if someone else is dealing with these problems, they can at least have reference and see how I did it. And if they like it, they can do it that way. But that's where I'm at with that. Oh, and then I eventually need to find a bed, but it's nice. I can. My dad's got a bed cover he's going to give me that actually he says it'll fit this, so perfect for now. I can deal with that. It'll act like a big ass parachute, unfortunately, but and then I'll probably eventually switch. I really want the Australian a version of this front end is so much nicer. I'll post a picture at the end of the video. The bumper's different, the grill's different, even the hood's different, but I don't know if I like the hood. And it's got these massive fender flares too. I'd really like that. Oh, and their mirrors have the signals in them. But if not, I'll probably end up just getting another GMC grill. I like the GMC front end better. I've got some crappy wheels that I got with the other truck. Actually, they're 15 by 8.5. These are 15 by 6s. So I may use those, at least for the rear. I just, try to get some tire underneath this because it's a big block and, 500 foot-pounds of torque off idle. It's kind of, should be fun to drive. I think I've covered everything for now. Probably going to work on this more tomorrow. I'm going to do some more research in the wiring. I'm trying to get all the pinouts, information figured out, and start hooking everything up. I got to wait for those fittings for the transmission before I can spin it over, so I don't want puke and tranny fluid everywhere. But once I get that, at least I get it, I get it started. This is a 2002 5.3 drive-by-wire harness. And that's the throttle body actually off the 5.3, which is the only difference is the stupid the vent on top and the water coolant nipples on the bottom. So I want to get this set up. There's only a couple wires. I want to make sure the stock fuse box will turn on the other fuse box, the 2002 fuse box, and it can control the fuel pump. And then hopefully the stock gauge, fuel gauge will still work correctly and all that stuff. But I'll document all that, definitely. That'll probably be multiple videos in itself. But, just so the information's out there. All right, let me stop rambling and get back. I'm sick of freezing my ass off. Talk to you later.